Warriors, here we are on turnaround Tuesday, and the dollar's showing minor strength. So I've come up with a narrative of what I think is going to happen here in the dollar. What I'd like to see first is get a bounce and fill this exhaustion gap, which it will become, and then have one more shot to the downside towards 98. So if we could get up here, the RSI reading will creep up, and then one more low should give us a better low for a bigger dollar correction. Looking at it in euro, same type of scenario. You could call this drive one, it confirmed. You could call this drive two, it diverged, but look, still 80. And this is the strongest currency against the dollar, except maybe Swiss and yen. So I think you still have to buy one more pullback if you want to trade another wave to the upside. Maybe around 112, 11 and a half at the most. Uh, watch the Dixie for when it fills the gap. Same type of scenario in pound, that we could get some type of pullback and then one more shot up. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Um, Yen, perhaps we try and rally here and get one more low. Yesterday, it went long US dollar China down here. It's acting okay. If we could penetrate this here, we could get up to 36. You know that this is a tariff play on China that is going to use every edge they have in this war, and that's going to include, I believe, currency devaluation. Took a little shot in Canada here for just a little rebound. Let's see if it could get back above this 39 and a half. We'll see if it does, then it's got more left in it. But this too should make one more low after a rally. So you have the dollar case now, everyone. Ideally, best guess, we fill this exhaustion gap. We break one more time towards 98, and I'll be buying the dollar, probably across the board. um, especially the dollar index itself. So that's what's going on there. Yen, um, the yen I think could also bottom here. I'm a little conflicted on rates, but I have to show you guys this. It's very important. This 185 level, okay, that I think there was some intervention here. So we could, on this dollar bounce, get another shot down in bonds for a three. It might be worth trading, but I'd prefer to sell a big rally if we bottom here and we get a rally back to 89 and a half, or maybe even 94. But I'm in the camp that we're going to break down under 85. I've done some work. Major cycle lows aren't due till late June, early July, which is going to give the bonds, TLT and the bonds, a long time after this breakdown to find its level. And to me, new lows, if we break down under 85, that's a gimme, because that's only going to be, about six handles from where we were. This was a low here, 83.69. So this 85 level on the daily, you could tell it was defended, and we'll see what happens here. But you just take an arithmetic total of this 10, call it a 9 handle range, and under 85, that gives you 76, which will be new lows. So I think that's the way the bonds are going to go. And the market may even be able to rally during that. If I'm wrong, if we start closing on over 95, okay, but that doesn't look likely to me unless we really start getting some very weak numbers. Gold sold off yesterday. It's trying to rally. Maybe it has one more high in it. With the dollar, we get a pullback here, and then the dollar makes a new low and gold goes for it because unlike last time when we had a 4-hour divergence on gold, but not a daily, now we have a daily divergence, right? But we don't have 4-hour. So that implies that we could get, you know, after a pullback, maybe another shot up. There are a lot of things at 32.70. Anyway, I think it's very high risk to be long gold, even if it has another push up here. Um, Silver, I'm still not crazy about it. Let's see what it does on a pullback to 31. If it doesn't hold 31, we're going to head back towards these lows. And I keep looking at this RSI, and we're pretty oversold. It was an okay reversal week, but I'm not completely convinced this is it. And if I look at something longer term, still think there's a chance for, if we don't make new highs here right away, for us to be seeing this line tested around 27 to 26 in the coming weeks and months. Just want to wrap it with WTI, which is still pretty quiet, unchanged today. The key is we need this close over 72. I'm already in there, but back over 62, excuse me, you have a false breakout. Then I think we could head towards the top of the formation at 75 and break out. And I have some fib numbers. No one's looking for fibs like this. Halfway back is 90, okay, of this whole decline. 38% is 82, which is still a nice rally back towards 80. So we'll see. Still hanging in there with that. S&Ps, a lot of people are bearish. They're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. We do need 5,500 to confirm, but I think what we do is maybe move sideways while um, when the dollar sells off one more time. I'm going to say this is the low. We could maybe even try 5,100 again, but I have to give this level the benefit of the doubt, even though I'm not giving it silver the benefit of the doubt, because look at this reading on the 4-hour. But I think it's going to be one of these last gasp short squeeze rallies. Mike showed something in the room yesterday that showed that hedge funds still have record short positions. There are still people to squeeze. And then there are people, once we're back around the all-time highs, that'll just feel forced to come back into the market that liquidated during the crash. So that's the way I see things, everybody. Have a great day trading. Remember, probe with your stops, take partials, and then protect the remainder. And if that trade doesn't work, the other P is what? It's persistence. Okay. So you have to be persistent when you're looking for a move. And I still think that gold over the coming days, weeks, pulls back to, 3,000. And then I could look at something like the weekly or even daily, and you could come up with numbers like just a reversion trade to the mean back towards some of the moving averages. Here's 3,000 and here's 2,700 back up the truck. So don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Tomorrow I have Tavi Costa with us. Tavi was buying major silver projects, I mean mines and everything when silver was 20. Obviously, he's had a very good 6, 7, 8 months. Tavi also put out a warning on the stock market when he saw that the spreads were blowing out on the junk and compared to treasuries. So a very smart guy, like Brazil last time. We'll see. I believe he's from Brazil. So we'll be talking about if there is still a bearish market in the dollar, what other countries and currencies he's interested in, because I've seen him make some very good currency projections as well. So I'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. EST, Tavi Costa. X handle is at Tavi Costa.